problems associated with the use, mitigate the use before you deny the use. So there are complaints about, alleged complaints about noise and activities, which imply that there may not be enough regulation of what's occurring. So I direct both sides to try and come up with mitigations that can alleviate any of the alleged problems to the satisfaction of both sides, and bring those recommendations along with an updated report, such as making clear about the publicly accessible sidewalk and the information on the citations. I'd like a better report. Is there any other suggestion? And again, it's probably too difficult to do this in 2 weeks. So the first meeting in June, if that's acceptable. Do you think,
I'm out of the country from the 3rd to the 11th, 12th. So depends on
their second meeting, probably?
second meeting in June.
June 18th.
June 18th.
Is that the second meeting, second Tuesday? Good, I'll be out. Is that when you got the room?
June 18th.
You're the scheduler.
June 18th, I won't be available. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, move your birthday.
Move it to Safir.
Was canceled. Fair enough.
It's nice to meet you.
Hey,
Well, next, our next,
I don't want to go there because they still open.
do you think we can meet on, our next meeting is Wednesday, May 22nd? Do you think we will be able to finish the report?
No, well, I don't know that you can get together with the.
Tuesday.
Okay,
Okay.
you know, you need to
Yep, sorry
meet
about that.
with the business owners and get more statements if
I've
possible.
already met with the business owners.
Have it,
You're going to meet with them again?
Well, if you want to present evidence.
if we want to go to the planning department or the ZA, okay. I got reamed the last time by the planning commission for unsubstantiated information. So I'm not doing that again.
Well, I'm not here to substantiate all information.
Well,
All I can do is meet with the,
Can I make
Go
a
out.
friendly suggestion? Number one, timing-wise, again, there's not only no hearing yet scheduled, but even if something got scheduled in June or beginning of July, my experience is if the jury is still out from the neighborhood council, they'll just
yeah.
take it under advisement as they should. That's number one. I'm away, Joyce's birthday.
Okay.
I think it's too ambitious to try to push this to May 20, whatever.
Yeah,
So-
I want it done right as opposed
So the next meeting after your June 18th meeting, if you already know when that is on the calendar,
to, that
perhaps.
would be the first.
That would be
July 2nd.
Okay, that would be,
That's the week of July 4th. Is everybody here?
Yeah.
Team
Bang,
Kim.
bang. Wow.
Huh?
anybody's birthday? And the friendly suggestion I was going to make is that the subcommittee outreach to everyone, if there are business owners that want to remain anonymous, the reality is that that's at their peril, because in our system, you do have to substantiate, because in all fairness, it's easy to make accusations. But if they're contacted and said, look, we've been directed to have a meeting with the applicant and all other affected, interested parties, and here's where we're gonna meet. It's up to them to participate. We welcome their participation. I felt you had to hear what I had to say because it was on public record and it's on a CD about the Barons, but fully we want them to be at the table and anyone else who's interested and affected. And even if it's only us, even if it's only us, I still think we'll be able to hammer something
Is property
More improved,
management local?
for the shopping center.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. The property management.
Yeah.
But the ownership manages the property, they're all,
Okay, so it would be worthwhile to have
yes.
them present.
So I think we shoot for the July 2nd date. The one thing I'd ask Joyce, if it's possible, to pull something together before June the 3rd for a meeting. In other words, within the next 4 weeks, I think we should convene and meet and go through these issues.
You talking about the neighborhood meeting or just
No,
between the ad hoc committee and?
Ad hoc committee and applicant with the ad hoc committee inviting other stakeholders.
Okay.
I've already invited other stakeholders for reasons I don't wish to express. The people who have the adjacent businesses do not wish to present in person. They wish to remain anonymous. They had asked for their comments to be confidential, and I can't change that.
No. I
We
correct.
identified them as adjacent businesses, that confidential is gonna be.
Well, there are like 20 adjacent, not, you know.
I'm dying to know because we have to support
Ed,
what I think is.
Okay.
But we can't, look, you can't force them to participate, we can't force, all I was suggesting is they be invited. They don't participate because they want to remain anonymous.
I mean, the one
I'm
email,
assuming they're not going to show up at a planning hearing.
I mean, the one email I got says, I request my
Joey.
information be kept
okay,
confidential.
we got it.
So, there's nothing I can do.
There is another avenue, and that is, they should be complaining to
The city.
property management. And the property manager,
That is not, but that's not my responsibility as a neighborhood council person to instruct the adjacent businesses on what they need to do. My job was to go out and speak to the affected parties, and I've done all I can do as far as that is concerned.
But they do understand that if, you know, if
I can
we cannot
I
document
can
their
call the
complaint,
owner
we
of the,
cannot.
I can call the owner of the shopping center and ask him to come to the next hearing if
well,
he's
that's
interested.
the suggestion, and that if you notify the businesses that.
I
the
did
pro-
notify them.
No, you didn't notify them what I'm gonna say because you haven't heard what I'm gonna say. Okay?
She's a mind reader, by the way, so.
Peter should know.
There's going to be a meeting between the ad hoc, the
What's she
applicant,
thinking now?
and the property management. They have the opportunity to notify the property management in advance of this meeting of any complaints that they feel should be presented by the property manager.
So what sort of flyer would I give out to the adjacent businesses that would be appropriate for me as a neighborhood council board member to do?
You can give them,
We will be meeting with the management company. If you have any complaints about Safir Restaurant regarding their application,
But
please let
then-
the management company know to
Or,
decide.
Wait,
let's be fair, or if you have any support.
Yeah, see, that's the one thing,
You
you're
need to
not,
be
you're not
fair.
out looking to solicit complaints.
Yeah, we're out there.
You're out to see what they think.
Feedback.
When you, and it's kind of interesting how you word it, even when you talk to someone. You can go down a trail very, you know, you can go down a positive or negative trail just by the way you talk. So you gotta be careful when you go out there. I've done it before to the residences when you knock at the doors.
I mean, all I have ever said to any business
I wouldn't let
person
you
there
in.
is to ensure
What's
introduce
that?
myself,
I
and
wouldn't
say
let
that I
you
was
in.
new to
No, they didn't want me in.
Yes.
And to
Kidding me?
say that there's a
Sounds like
case
stupid.
before me.
The chair
For
acknowledges,
Safir, and that is it. That's all I say to these people.
the chair acknowledges that Dennis has pointed out the proper procedure. We know from experience that we tend to get more complaints, and nobody takes the time to support.
Yes.
When I've gone
We
around in
should
the past,
solicit it.
when I've gone around in the past and surveyed, I actually did addresses, but in this case, if they want to stay anonymous, you don't want to do that. But I'd list the addresses and there was positives and negative
Yeah.
comments. And at the end, sometimes I came up with no conclusion because it was just, the comments were all over the place.
I got a positive comment yesterday.
So, you need to record all the comments you get so that you can be kind of a scientific method, so to speak, if there is one for that kind of thing.
Well, that's what I said to Mr. Gauchon, is that I have written all that down and the dates, and if he wants me to just write down the date that I was on site and what the comments were, I can do that. But every person that commented asked that I not mention their business or their name, so I can't.
It's not the business or their name, it's if they're gonna, it's like when someone complains anonymously about illegal activity, they owe it to those who are fact finders to, this is when
Record the
broken
details.
glass
Yeah,
occurred, this is when the
absolutely.
vandalism occurred, this is when I got woken up, this is.
Well,
this
perhaps
thing.
the owner of Safir could ask his neighbors
We're going to.
if they have any concerns.
We absolutely, no, but I'm saying, I have my own idea about, I think, an appropriate notice that should go out to all of.
I don't feel it's my
Independent of the
position to
neighborhood.
get between the city planning and the applicant. I mean, I don't want to be, never mind.
Good.
I'm
This
not-
is no diff, folks, this is no different. I mean, everybody kind of has their own way of outreaching. I think I told you, of course, the budget isn't the same neighborhood council as it was when I was president of mine, but we had a process by which we made the applicant pay for notification to that 500-foot radius. We sent out a generic, definitely didn't want to, try to slant it, a generic type of notice. Hey, our plum committee is meeting to consider a request. If you have any input, information, you're invited to attend. If you can't attend, here's where you can send your comments to. And we get complaints about helicopter noise having to do with the CUP.
Okay.
Okay.
This is, he's speaking about notification by mail, and that can be considered.
We get
I
money.
need to wrap this up. So,
10 minutes.
if there's no further comment. This item is continued till July 2nd.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, case review. We'll deal with minutes next time. Okay.